Hello and welcome back to Ant Holleufer. A little face reveal here, but that's not what we're going to talk about today, because we're going to talk about how I failed my ants. So before we start the video and talk about all of this, this is a face reveal, my first little face reveal. Yes, I might look into the screen over here, since I know you're just gonna get used to it. If it works out well, maybe I'll do another one. I just feel like when I'm talking about being a bad ant keeper, I don't feel like I'm gonna show pictures of everything the whole video through, only when we need it. So it's very hot today. It's 27 degrees in the ant room right now, so if I'm a little bit sweaty, that's why. In Denmark we're not really used to the heat. But let's jump into the video. I'm sorry for this echo that might be in the video. Maybe I should get some more noise cancellation stuff in here if I'm doing more videos in here, or just get my mic in here, I don't know. My Lasius Flavus colony has died, or at least the queen have died. I kept checking on the queen around once a week to see how the eggs was growing, but then I noticed that the eggs haven't grown at all since I got her. And then I kind of noticed that it seemed like maybe it was some new eggs or something, since they hadn't evolved into larvae or pupae or anything. So I decided to kind of check in on them every second week instead, and well, a few days ago I checked them on the queen and she looked like this. And that's just another queen that's dead in my name. So if you go into the channel, you might see that I have hidden all my videos away, because if there's any new subscribers out there who's coming to check me out and us here on the Ant Holleufer channel, I don't want to just be this queen died, this queen died, this queen died. So I'll have a link down below to all of the videos where I have had my queens. So there'll be 3 Lasius Niger videos, or maybe 4, and at least 2 Lasius Flavus videos. The reason the Lasius Flavus colony died, or the queen died, I'm not sure. She was filled up with some kind of mold when I checked on her. I don't know if what had killed her, but I knew something was wrong since the eggs hadn't evolved into larvae or cocoons or pupae. It wasn't a big surprise to me, and if you're wondering if I'm gonna get another Lasius Flavus colony, I'm not. I bought this one on Ant Store, and I don't really know where to catch them in real life, but again, they were also a bit too small for my liking. I like the Lasius Niger is a good colony and a good size, so I'm definitely gonna get some new Lasius Niger colonies when queen season hits, which is right now actually. So if I catch any queens, I'll also update it on my Instagram if you wanna get a more real-time feed for when this queen died and all of these. I post a lot more frequently on Instagram. But the Lasius Flavus colony died for a reason unknown. The Lasius Niger colony, well, the queen started spazzing out, died. I contacted Ant Store. Ant Store gave me a new queen. Once again, like the first queen, there were a lot of eggs. Let them be for a few days, and she had also started going crazy. The first queen I had in a test tube. I gave them some honey and I gave them some mealworms, and they were just happy. And then the queen spasmed out. The second colony, I put it in an outworld because I thought maybe that's why, and same result. She spazzed out. Now, on Instagram, I've had a few people message me and saying that don't buy stuff from Ant Store. It's not your fault that they're dying, because you're not doing anything wrong, you're not doing anything right, you're just not really doing anything and they're just dying. It's always very sad seeing a colony die, especially when they're so new, and I'm publishing a video where I'm saying, yeah, I got a new queen and she died. If you have noticed on all my old videos, I've also written down in the comments which colony I've had and don't have and stuff like that. I'm gonna stop that from now on, because it's just too sad for me to kind of see these queens die and just write, oh, I don't have a Lasius Niger, I don't have a Lasius Flavus anymore. So from now on, I'm just gonna write, I have ants. If you want to know a bit more about how many ants I have, which colonies I have, well, like right now I have 2 colonies, Mesobarbarus and the Caminotus Vegas colony. But then write it in the comments, I'll say it if anyone should be curious. Not that I think anyone is, but that's what I'm gonna do. So as far as the future for this channel and the ants, it's been very sad for me to just say that all of these colonies have died, because I really feel a disappointment in myself, because it's been my first colony that died, and then second, and then third. I know I had a Lasius Niger colony last year that died, but that was my mistake. I pretty much killed them. I could look back at it and learn from something like that. And that's just, I moved them into a too big nest, and it started appearing a bit of mold, not like the mold with the mesa colony, but some other kind of mold. And I panicked completely, and I completely rush moved them out. I mean, literally took them out of the nest to kind of get them away, and of course that stressed the queen, and she didn't make it. Now with the mesa barbarous colony, everything was looking good when I had them. I decided to move them into a little bit of a bigger nest because I felt like they could handle it, and I felt like they want the bigger nest with how they laid their seeds and all that around the nest. It just felt like they were ready to get a bigger nest. The next nest was maybe a bit too big, since they didn't really want to move it in at first, and I kind of started to overwater the old nest to kind of trick them into moving, and that was also okay for me. I mean, they moved, everything was well, but then the mold started to appear at the mesa barbarous colony. And not to say that I haven't learned from my Lasius Niger colony, because looking back at it and talking about it right now, I just realized it's completely the same thing. Moved it to a too big nest, except the Lasius Niger colony from last year was rush moved, literally taking out the nest. I did the same thing with the mesa barbarous. I'm just realizing I haven't learned anything. Well, now I have, hopefully. Oh, that made my hair crazy. Now I've learned something from it. So I had this whole speech kind of planned out, like what I'm gonna say, like blah 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 blah, and I feel like I've only said blah. I've forgotten everything. So to make it very short and simple, I have not deleted the video. I've hid them. They're in the links down below. The mesa barbarous colony is recovering, and as far as I can tell, they are recovering well. If you want the latest update, there's number 7. Also, link in the, I want to say top right, but that's my right, so top right corner over there. There's a link to my newest video about the mesa barbarous colony. They're recovering pretty okay, as far as I can tell. The queen have laid some eggs, and the workers seemed more energized than before. And the Camponotus Vegas colony, I'll also make an update on them pretty soon. Nothing has really happened. After the summer hit us here in Denmark, it's been very hot in the room, like right now, 27 degrees. I don't really know. It's a very small apartment. I live in a 2-room apartment with my girlfriend, so we can't ventilate that well. So it's kind of pretty hot. I would like, if anybody have any suggestions to how to cool an ant nest, or in a gently way, please write in the comments below. But I don't know if it was the heat or what it caused, but it seemed like half of the eggs have disappeared. It could just be down the nest, but also the queen have moved out of the nest and into the tubing, and she's just laying there. As you see, I've put some tinfoil around to try and kind of make them move back into the nest, and that has worked on all the workers, but the queen still is right here. So that's... Oh wait, actually right now she's inside of the tinfoil area. So, except for the eggs kind of disappearing, nothing new have happened on them. And that's basically been it for this little channel update, my mistakes update. I didn't know what to say, to be honest. I'm sorry that it was a bit weird. I'm thinking of, at the start of the video... Is that over here then? Yeah, that must be at the start of the video. I'll have a little face talk. If you have ever seen, I think it's Ant Britannia? Britannia? How do they pronounce that? As far as he does kind of the same thing, where he talks a little at the beginning and again midway and at the end, and I'm thinking of doing kind of the same, because I like having a little bit more personal view, because most of the time I don't know what to put at the beginning and what to put at the end. So if you like this, please write in the comments. Thank you for the support on the channel lately. I'm really hoping to be a better ant keeper in the future, and I have learned from my mistake this time. Another kind of unrelated thing is that people have been writing a lot about the Camanotus Vegas colony where I have moved them into a way too big nest. Maybe I haven't learned from my mistakes. But it isn't the same this time, because this is a dig fix nest and that means they dig their nest themselves. So to all of those people who have been writing in the comments, thank you for writing, because that just shows me that people are watching and following. But what I don't get is people saying the nest is too big, but they dig it themselves. So if they want more room, they can make more room. So I don't think it's too big. My confusion is just why they don't dig it big enough so they can fit down there themselves, because the queen comes up to lay eggs and people talked about, yeah, that's because it's too big, but she can't fit in there at all. So how can it be too big then? And well, now she's God knows where. I don't want to disturb her. I think they have a hard time dealing with the heat. I put the tinfoil there so it could kind of reflect the heat and hopefully make it a bit cooler, and it looks like it's worked. If you like these videos once in a while where I just ramble on, I'm really trying to improve the channel. I don't know if anybody have noticed, but with the help of my brother, I have got a new logo, kind of reimagined logo, a new intro. I know I had a new intro a month ago or something. Now I have a new intro, and this will be the regular intro for a long time to come. Well, I guess that don't matter. But again, I'm liking this channel. I feel like we have a good connection. I have a good connection with some people on Instagram. I feel like people are liking me as far as I know. I don't want to seem perfect at all, because I'm not perfect. This whole video has been kind of a funny video of how I've killed animals. But again, I want to get a super colony, a mega colony. My dreams are right now a Formica fusca or a Myrmica ruba or a Lasius ambicus, because all of these ants are something that I've discovered out in my local area, so that's kind of my dream species at the moment. Most of all because the Myrmica ruba and the Formica fusca is a multi-queen colony, and I would love to have a multi-queen colony since my queens keep dying. On a more serious note, I would like to get a bigger colony. When people realize that I keep ants and I kind of talk like, oh, that's a rare species and that's a funny species and I'm an ant keeper, people get very weird. So I start talking about why ants are amazing, and they kind of get into it a little bit more, so they want to see my colonies. And then I have nothing to show them really. I mean, I'm not proud of my Camanotus Vegas colony since I got them. I've only had 2 more workers, so I mean, that's not really anything special. There is some eggs, so I'm guessing it's gonna get better, so I can be proud of the colony soon. And the Mesobarbus, which are housed up here. Now, it changed a little bit since the room tour. They're now housed up here. And again, I'm not really proud of them because I failed them, but hopefully we'll get better. And that's the biggest reason that I'm sad. I love ant keeping, I love talking to people about ant keeping. I just can't be proud of my own colonies because they are not doing well. So I'm really hoping that it's going to change in the future, and I'm hoping your people will follow me on my journey and our journey, where I take your inputs, even though they're a bit weird sometimes with the whole dig fix being too big thing. And yeah, I feel like I've tried to end this video 3 times and kept rambling on. If you like this kind of raw video where I just talk, yeah, also write in the comments. But I don't know, I think this is the 7th or 8th question you should answer down in the comments, so I really hope that there is somebody who's committed. And if there aren't, I guess I'm not disappointed with my low subscriber count, even though it's pretty great growth we have at the moment. About a subscriber a day, pretty much. So thank you to all new subscribers. I like it. And yeah, let's end this video with also a new outro. I don't know if you have noticed, it's not that different, but it's a little bit different, and it has been here for a month again or so. And yeah, that's been it for this. Talking to you, not you. And yeah, that's been it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!